Hi, and welcome to the 30th edition of Stump the Pastor. Well, our question today comes from John in Minnesota. John asks, why didn't Jesus heal everyone he came into contact with? Good question, John. Thanks for sending it to me. I like these kinds of questions because they are the kinds of questions most people do not even think about asking. And this is important, questions like this reveal our hidden assumptions about who we understand Jesus to be and how the Bible was written. So, first of all, biblical writers tend to use healing stories as proof that God's power and grace is manifested in someone. We see it through both the Older and the Newer Testament. And this is also why profession of faith healing among Christian evangelists is so prolific. It also tends to be used as a proof that God is with. It would be an amazing reality to have God use one's hands or touch to bring healing to people who come to you who need it. What many Christians might dismiss is that there are actually some clinical studies that have concluded that a patient's confidence in one's health provider produces better outcomes than being treated by someone you do not trust or believe. Isn't that amazing? Some of these studies included physicians, therapists, psychologists, and medical staff. And I bet the same could be said for faith leaders. Now, I can testify that I have personally been healed on multiple occasions, sometimes by the work of a doctor, a surgeon, a dentist, through medication, or a therapist. Many Christians would not attribute that kind of healing to God, but I believe all healing comes from God. I have also found healing in prayer, listening to a provocative sermon, being part of a study group or book study. I have never had a physical issue healed by an evangelist, just as I have never had a spiritual issue healed by a surgeon. Maybe other people have, but I haven't. So why do some of the biblical writers attribute healing to Jesus while others do not? Well, I don't have a definitive answer on that. My hunch, though, is that some healing stories are included in the Bible to justify Jesus' role as Messiah and as chosen of God. Also, I believe it is possible that some folks found healing for things in their lives simply by listening and trusting Jesus' message. It resonated with them and what was going on in their lives. What I can tell you is that the power of healing resides in the healed. Only I can tell you when something is healed in me. By my words, my actions, my attitudes. I can only surmise that the same would be true for Jesus. Now, no doubt there were many who met him or listened to his sermons or believed his message who found themselves changed. And what is changed but being healed? And there were others who did not believe him, did not trust him, or never were willing to get what they needed from him. So those who got what they needed called him Messiah, called him Son of God, the chosen one. Those who did not, they called him a charlatan, an imposter, dangerous to their religious faith. So here's what it comes down to for me. The message of Jesus resonates with my soul. The deeper I delve into Christian theology, the better I understand why some Christian ideas transform me and others leave me bewildered. So I value the ways I am healed and challenged to delve deeper. And I try to be honest about the bewildering parts that must be I believe, discarded. So let me give you an example. The idea of God as a bearded white guy sitting on the clouds throwing lightning bolts is something I have discarded. It's not helpful. It's not healing. Conversely, the experience of grace that causes wonder and insight and curiosity makes my soul leap with attention. I want to go deeper and experience the healing that it brings. But you see, both of those realities are part of Christianity. I have decided that the parts that give healing are the parts I am interested in pursuing further. Now, this kind of healing didn't happen right away. Sometimes it took years. So why didn't Jesus heal everyone who came to him? I can only surmise that some did not need healing. Some were not ready to receive healing. Some received healing they did not recognize as being healing. And some thought the idea of healing would bring a lot of attention to them. And so they really showed it off a lot. Who knows? Maybe that was all they really needed. But keep in mind, all of these encountered the same Jesus. And people who encountered the same Jesus had vastly different results. See you next time on Stump the Pastor. Well, thanks, John, for the question. For all of you, send in your questions. I really appreciate it. If you've got something you've been wondering about, send it to me. My email address is on the bottom of your screen. Hope to see you next time on Stump the Pastor.